Ugh, this is getting more and more embarrassing by the day.
This is how it works. A poor white man is struggling. Rent is rising, wages are frozen. Healthcare is a joke. He's tired, he's angry, and he wants answers.
Look, I hear you. Times are hard. It's not your fault. I could raise wages, I could fund healthcare, I could fix a lot of this. But if I do that, they benefit too. Wait, who? You know, them, immigrants, people of color, folks who don't belong. If I help you, they get help too.
This is the moment, the fork in the road, solidarity or resentment.
So, what's the other option? Oh, we do nothing. Your life stays hard. But theirs, we make it harder. Police, laws, borders, paperwork. You won't get more, but they'll get less.
And here's the horror, he agrees.
Yeah. Okay. As long as they suffer more than me. That's the spirit.
No solution, no relief, just permission to aim his pain sideways. And that's how suffering gets weaponized, while the people who caused it walk away richer.
So, all right, let me slow it down. I'm over here playing videos and whatnot. I want to slow this down a second because what you're about to hear matters a lot, right? Not because it's shocking, not because it's new, but because it shows very clearly how disconnected some people in power are from the country they claim that they want to represent. This was the reaction to the Super Bowl halftime show. The release of this short and what comes behind this. This is framed as some kind of patriotism. This was framed as standards. And I want you to really listen to it. Listen to this. The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible. One of the worst ever. It makes no sense, is an affront to the greatness of America, and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands the word this guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the U.S. and all over the world. This show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401ks in history. There's nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch. It will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again, President Donald J. Trump. Now, let's be honest about this. That wasn't a critique of performance quality. That wasn't about choreography. That wasn't about sound mixing. That was panic. That was someone seeing a version of America they don't control and reacting with anger instead of understanding, including the video. Because when you say nobody understands a word this guy is saying, what you're really saying is, if it's not for me, it shouldn't exist. And that's the exact opposite of inclusivity. I played the short because this is what I think a lot of white America, or not a lot, but the MAGA generation is feeling. I feel as though I'm better than everybody else, and I should be doing better than everybody else. And why is it that these people of color, these immigrants, X, Y, and Z, have it better than me? And I'm just going to be suffering right along with them because I don't want them to get more than me. That's wild. That's wild. And that short resonated with me because I think that's how y'all feel. You don't want to say it, but that's how y'all feel. Inclusivity does not mean everyone has to like the same music, the same thing, the same taste. It does not mean every performance has to be designed for one age group, one race, or one language. Inclusivity means you don't get to declare that something isn't American just because it isn't centered around you. And that's the problem with this president. If it's not centered around whiteness, it don't belong here. And a lot of y'all feel like that. America speaks more than one language. America dances more than one way. America celebrates more than one culture. We have different skin tones. We have different languages. We have different religions. That's the beauty of America. This image actually helps the argument because it shows how they're trying to frame this. You now have two pieces. Trump calling the halftime show an affront to America, and Kid Rock saying, this isn't hate. We just love football, America, and Jesus. America speaks more than one language, dances more than one way, celebrates more than one culture. That doesn't weaken us. It proves we're bigger than one identity. Now let's look at how the alternative side framed their event. This is Kid Rock. In no way, shape, or form, don't let the left twist this around. Like in no way are we approaching this with any hate in our hearts. We're simply going to play some great songs for people who love football, love America, love good music, and love Jesus. Here's what's interesting though. Anytime someone starts with, this isn't hate, it usually means they know how it's being perceived. They understand what it looks like. They can't say they don't. Because if someone genuinely isn't about exclusion, you don't have to defend it before anybody accuses you of it. Now listen carefully to the framing. For people who love football, love America, love good music, and love Jesus. That sounds harmless on the surface, right? But what's the implication? That the other halftime show wasn't for people who loved America? That speaking Spanish somehow means you don't love this country? That culture diversity equals anti-Christian? That's the subtle message. And a subtle message is powerful. This isn't about musical taste. This is about ownership. Some people still believe America belongs to narrow definition. White, English-speaking, Christian, culturally traditional, politically aligned with Republican. And when the biggest stage in the country doesn't reflect that narrow lane, they call it disgusting. They call it a slap in the face. They call it an affront to greatness. But greatness isn't fragile. If America's truly great, it can handle reggaeton on a football field. It can handle bilingual lyrics. It can handle culture that doesn't revolve around one group. And here's the part that honestly made it embarrassing. Trying to create a competing halftime show during the Super Bowl doesn't make you strong. It makes you look small and weak. It makes you look like you're reacting, not leading. Culture isn't won by protesting it. Culture shifts because people enjoyed it. And millions enjoyed this. 135 million is so far that I know. Here's the bottom line now. Inclusivity doesn't erase anyone. It just means you don't get to decide who counts. You're not the only person that counts in this country. You're not the only color that counts in this country. You can love football, you can love America, you can love Jesus, and you can still understand that America is multilingual, multiracial, and evolving. If that feeling is threatening you, the problem isn't the halftime show. It's the definition of America you're holding on to. It's what you see as being American. An exclusive way of looking at America. And that's what this moment exposed.